Hello, my Cancer signs. Welcome to your Pick a Turkey reading, where we're going to be looking at what can we grow through gratitude. You're going to have a choice between 3 turkeys. You'll have the kind of fancy artistic turkey, the cartoonish type turkey, and then the black and white turkey. So you can choose as many as you want, or only one of them. If you chose number 1, we're going to start with that first. If you chose one of the others, the timestamps will be in the description box below. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in and see what we can grow through gratitude. All right, my Cancer signs, if you chose turkey number 1, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from these Wild Unknown archetype cards. And this is just going to be what the Creator wants you to know about gratitude, what you can be grateful for in your life. And then we'll see what that does, what that grows for us or allows us to grow. All right, Creator, what do you want our Cancer signs that chose turkey number 1 to know? What they can be grateful for. Okay, actually, I feel like this one is the one that is calling out. And this is the Queen. And I love that. Beautiful card there. And we're going to put this right here. And then we'll read and see what energy comes from this. There we go. So the Queen, this is the Empress, the Mother Queen, the Sovereign. It says, like her counterpart, the King, the Queen has a dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she falls into petty, contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. You know, you're picturing like the Queen of Hearts, off with their heads, off with their heads. So if the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus's bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she's patient, and forgiven. She waits for the grace of God and Goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the benevolent leader, to embody the Queen, is to settle into deep trust, resolve, and power. The royal Queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. And then it mentions, read Cleopatra's monologue in Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra, Act 5, Scene 2. Then read about Inanna, which is I-N-A-N-A, Tara, which is T-A-R-A, and Hera, H-E-R-A. That'll help you understand this Queen energy. It also says the Queen does not accept the hand of a prince, but claims the throne, knowing the king draws near. She's a magnet for the fully embodied masculine and entertains nothing else. When you're in the light of this energy, then you're the embodiment of grace and courage and resolve and stillness. When you're in the dark side of the energy, then you're vain and wrathful and self-righteous and demanding. And to go deeper into this energy, if you read Nikki Giovanni's, Nikki's N-I-K-K-I, and then Giovanni, Ego Tripping, and also Nina Simone singing Stars at the 1976 Montreux Jazz Festival. That'll just help you feel the energy and understand the energy and kind of fill in any kind of blanks around that as well. So if you feel drawn to any of that, check it out if it resonates with you. So gratitude. What can you be thankful about the Queen presence, the divine feminine presence, or the feminine presence in your life? Being grateful for both sides, not only for those beautiful, supportive, loving queens that have been in your life, but also those that have been wrathful. You know, this experiencing both sides of it is so important for our experience here, because this whole life is about contrast, about understanding, you know, that there's when in the ego world, this dramatic outside world that we live in, there are, villains and victims and heroes. It's part of the drama. It's part of the act that we came into this theater to experience watching and experience being involved in. It's like this improv play that we've been invited up on stage to participate in. And I love the gratitude around this is that, we can be thankful for being shown, bits and pieces of the divine feminine side of our Creator, the comforter, the unconditionally loving being, just that warmth, that feeling of energy, that warm embrace, that comfort, that safety, but also the opposite, and that's the thing that we're going to be looking at here, about how we can grow through gratitude for the evil queen that has been in our life. It's gratitude for both. And it's easy to be, of course, thankful for that niceties, right? But it's like, what? Be thankful for the evil queen in the story? Yeah, she's what brings the drama, right? She's what brings out the hero inside you. Because that's what happens in every, Disney movie, right? When there's some sort of evil stepmother or evil queen, that causes the hero within each of the victims to rise up and have the transformation, right? And we're going to build a turkey through cards as we're going here. This is going to be the body of the turkey. Next, we're going to have the head, and I know it's almost the same size, but just imagine that the turkey's head is closer to you and the body's further away. That's why it seems so closer. It's not going to be a perfect turkey, by no means. So next, we're going to pull a card here from the Crystal Medicine Oracle, and we're just going to see what medicine the Creator wants you to be aware of that can help you grow through this gratitude for this, the evil queens and all queens in our life, right? All right, Creator. So for our Cancer signs that chose turkey number 1, what medicine do you want them to be aware of? All right, there we go. And we've got reflection, winter, and the card is rhodonite. And that's card number 22. So we'll put the head right here. Yeah, that'll be good. And then let's see what medicine comes with this. All right, open right to it. So it says you've attracted this card into your awareness today as it is a time of deep reflection, a time to go within and connect to the inner wisdom that's offered and available to you at this time. Your surroundings are constantly guiding you towards opportunities for growth and powerful life lessons. Most of the time, what we see on the outside is a reflection of what we have deep within. Everything acts as a mirror for us to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. The reflection can come from people. Excuse me. So the reflection can come from people, animals, crystals, trees, or anything that holds energy and a spirit. The old saying, what you see in others is a reflection of what you see in yourself, can include both positive and negative behaviors, so it's helpful to remember that when you point a finger at someone else, 3 are pointing straight back at you. When you can deeply understand that the reflection others offer us is a powerful opportunity to heal the unloved parts of ourselves and also powerful life lessons, then you can set yourself free. Have you been troubled by someone of late? And you're blaming them or pointing the finger? Are you putting someone else on a pedestal because you believe they are better than you? So the nice queen, right? Do you feel something stirring within you wanting to come to the surface? Whatever is happening for you right now, the answers to your questions lie within. You may find it helpful to take some time to sit and reflect on your current situation and ask, what are the lessons coming to you right now? What are you seeing in others that you can't see in yourself? Which aspects of yourself are you disowning and being encouraged to love or surrender to? Right now, there are signs all around you telling you to connect to the profound wisdom of your soul for healing and awareness. Do whatever you're guided to at this time to allow this to fully awaken. This card also means that it's time to reflect deeply on something in your life. So I love that. And there's a little more I'll read here about these other two medicines. But, definitely that shows us how we can grow because, and I love that in the beginning that they mentioned it's both the beautiful, amazing royal queen that you so admire, that you have on a pedestal, and also the evil queen that you think is so evil and destructive and mean. And you can be experiencing both of those in your life, but the biggest growth that you have from this is, one, recognizing that what you see in others, both the beautiful amazingness, is within you, right? So if you can recognize this gracious, wonderful, beautiful, loving queen, this archetype, this character in your life, know that you can recognize it because that's within you too. And you don't have to own that queen or be a part of that queen in order for you to experience that. You can find that within you because that is who you are. Also, of course, the evil, mean queen, the one that is treating you so badly, you can find that within yourself too. And so when you're being triggered, if you're envious of someone, that is a trigger to look inside you and go, you have this within you. And this mirror is telling you to find this within you because you're so much more than you ever thought you were. And then the evil queen also shows you it's like this trigger that's coming inside of you about your worth. This is a mirror for you to see that this negative self-talk, this evil queen that activates within you, that judges you so harshly, that is so mean to you. You have this evil step monster, this evil stepmother within you that is treating you like Cinderella. You're so harsh. You're expecting so much. You're not allowing yourself to go to the ball and having fun. You find that within you going, oh, so this is showing me about me and how I'm treating myself. An example of that is, like I used to, in a few of my relationships, the story I had around it was that I was betrayed during it, and that they treated me so poorly, and that they, were cheating on me with other people. And what that showed me eventually, when I was able to calm down and look inside myself, was, oh, I was cheating on myself. Anyway, this is what they're showing me, because how can they love me any more than I love myself? How can they act any other way than I'm treating myself? And by that I mean that I was looking for my definition and my worth outside of myself. And so I was cheating on myself with these people that I was dating and in relationships with. I was depending on them to define me and make me feel loved and make me feel validated. And they're like, nope, you're cheating on yourself, so that's going to be reflected back to me. And then amazingly, when you find that love and that worth within, then you stop worrying about other people's actions anyway. But you also attract different types of experiences and other mirrors in your life, right? So this is what this reflection is about. And then the medicine of winter says, throughout life, we enter into different stages, phases, and cycles, and with each one, a different medicine or energy is offered. So just like I talked about, right? People of the past deeply understood the blessing that came with each cycle of the seasons and honored them with sacred ceremonies and rituals. They understood the power of magic that came with connecting to and working with unique energy of each phase. Because past races lived closer to the natural world, their lives were directly affected by the weather of the seasons, particularly winter, as it was cold and food was less available. The word winter has a Germanic origin and means time of water. It's the coldest season and a time when everything goes into sleep mode, making it a powerful time of reflection when you're invited to go within your inner cave. It's a time to retreat from the world and sit in deep contemplation with your thoughts and ideas, to take some much needed you time. And this crystal, the rhodonite, I think is how you pronounce that, it does assist in taking the time for reflection. It'll help you enter into your inner sacred cave for renewal. It will also help you find a deeper sense of self-worth. Exactly what we were talking about. And this number 22 is a master number as well. And it's beautiful because, like, the master number 11 to me is how you experience and understand your human side, your ego side, and moving through life, and you understand how more of this life works and what your ego strives for, and that type of thing, because you kind of master your humanness. 22 is when you realize there's more than just one of you in your experience. There's two of you. You have your small, the little actor character that's playing this human role, and then you have this huge actor behind this character, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And that being is this, in fact, I love this example here, because it's like you're this human down here, but you're starting to see this higher self of yours, this light from above, and that's helping you shine light on your world. But that connection to your higher self and that higher world is what brings you that self-worth, because it's based on unconditional love, a love that you cannot lose, a love that you cannot gain more of, because you have it all already. And it's the love, the unconditional love of the Creator, the mother and father of all things, the queen and king of all things. And so you find this beautiful, beautiful love that's within you, that is you, right? So I love this reflection. Next, we're going to pull some cards here from the Everyday Tarot. And these are going to be the feathers on the body of the turkey. And we're just going to find out what else the Creator wants you to know about this gratitude and growth from that gratitude. All right, Creator, what else? What else do you want our Cancer signs to know that chose turkey number 1, please? Okay, these two. And this one. Okay, and they want that one too. That one's going to be a little extra there. So first you've got the Page of Swords, and swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mentalities, your mindsets, your expectations, your attitude, if I didn't say that already. And he holds the Ace of Swords, which is all about your ability to cut away thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, right? So these opinions of the past about who you are and your worth can be, changed. And I love it because the page is a messenger as well. And you can even see like the Mercury with his little winged shoes there. He was the messenger of the gods. And this is messages, because this is Swords of the Mind, messages that come into your mind. And that can just be thoughts and aha moments. Just something clicks inside and you go, oh, I understand. It's like this awareness that comes within the mind, whereas a message from cups, which is your emotion, you get like messages through your emotions, messages from the outside world, or messages from spirit. This is messages that come within your mind, and that can come from spirit. They can tap your things in your brain and make you go, whoa. They'll help you connect and understand and look back at situations and see things, more clearly. So that is like these messages that come within your mind. The page is also a kind of like childlike, and that takes you back to the mentality you had when you were younger, where you weren't so, all these beliefs and all these opinions from the outside world, all the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and have tos, all this stuff, all these opinions on how things should be and how you should feel and everything. Before all that, as a child, you just, the world was just open. You just had these your thoughts were free, and you had all this creativity, and you didn't feel so bogged down, and your mind didn't feel like it was spinning all the time because there wasn't all those, praise and punishment things trying to force other people's opinions and things on you. And so this is like going back to this new place of an open mind, and you're just so curious about the world, and so you're getting rid of and making all this room, which does bring this beautiful freshness to your mind, which is great. Yeah, which then you have the Three of Wands. And Wands is your spark inside. It's your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, and it's your spiritual energy as well. The Two of Wands, right before this card, is all about making plans. You have this inspiration, and so you have all these plans in your life that you have. But the Three of Wands is like the revision. You're seeing the world in a different way, which makes sense with everything that we're talking about here. You see yourself and you see the world in a different way, so you're changing plans, you're altering your course, because when you think low of yourself and you feel like you're a victim and you feel like you're oppressed or you're not good enough, you have a certain path, like all I'm good enough is to, clean up pig slop and clean out the fireplace like little Cinderella. This is what I deserve, right? Instead of realizing that you can be a queen, right? And then you have the Emperor. So definitely this is a beautiful energy about, it's the Emperor is the kind Emperor is able to bring such organization, it's almost like he commands respect because he understands who he is and the power he yields, and he can use it for good. The other side, like I said, the good emperor, then you have the dictator as well. And the dictator is the one who has brought us these expectations. Originally, like an emperor, his influence on, large groups of people was, here's some rules to help us be able to live close together without killing each other, and we can live in harmony. And that's the initial heart of a loving emperor. Well, the dictator comes in when the ego starts going in, and it becomes like, well, I am powerful. I need to stay in power. I need to gain more power. And there's more and more restriction, right? And so this emperor represents, like this queen did, there's two sides of the coin when it comes to that. You can use this power within you to let love and share love and move love into the world and create harmony. Or you can go dictator route and try to control everyone else, making them do what you want them to do, and everything needs to be this way so I feel safe. And it's that awareness that comes with this reflection. So I love that the Emperor also appeared, because the Queen, though it's divine feminine energy, we all carry divine feminine, divine masculine within us. So it doesn't matter if you are male or female or how you identify, you have both of these energies within you. And you have this ability to use your power. You can be a beautiful ruling royal who people support, and they say, long live the queen, long live the king, and mean it, not long live the king until we take them out. It's like when you're sharing beautiful loving energy, that's what people all hunger for. We don't hunger to have more control and have more roles and to be controlled and manipulated, right? We want unconditional love, and you can find all this within you. You have this. Definitely, this was like the Empress and the Emperor together. So you have this beautiful connection with the Mother and Father of all things. You have this divine connection and this power within you to balance both of those. Because then you have the King of Swords. So, again, swords are your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets. And here you have the mighty Ace of Swords to be able to cut away things that no longer serve you. And then he also has his, so he does have thoughts and beliefs that he holds on to, but he also has his hand extended, which means he's open to new beliefs and new ways of thinking. And he sits upon a throne, which is a giant cup. And of course, the cup's suit is our emotions. And the king being at the end of the suit, he has learned that in life, if you totally go off of the five senses and your logic and your thoughts, the decisions you make aren't always going to be conducive and align with who you really are. Also, he understands that if you're totally making decisions totally just on emotions, that also may not align with who you really are. So it's this beautiful balance between heart and mind. And so there's this balance that comes in. So they're reiterating this message of you have the divine feminine, which is emotion. You have the divine masculine, which is control and thought and logic. And it's that marrying of the two that allows a beautiful kingdom to unfold within you. Yeah, because here you go. You've got the magician. Here's your infinity symbol, which is your infinite self, which shows you have the power to bring down this mighty magic of heaven and bring it down into the earth. And that's why he's pointing there. You've got everything you need. You've got the emotional awareness, the mental awareness, the spark in life, and the physical awareness as well, to just make beautiful magic into the world, bring about and manifest those things that are in your heart that you want to share with the world in your own unique way. So this is a beautiful reflection. Now this is going to be the little dangly thing. I keep on forgetting what it's called, but how it has that little dangly skin that is in the bottom of a turkey. That's what this is. You get the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles is your outside world. For me, this is a worth card for me. It's like you discover that it's not the ground you walk upon or how smart you are or all that. It's your heart is where you find your worth. When you look within you, you find what your worth is, not the ideas of what success is or what the outside world that you walk on thinks success is, but it's what you hold in your heart defines, who you are. And, you've got 2 and 2 is 4. So it's more than, this world that we live in. It's, definitely connecting to your worth through your heart, like we're talking about with that love from above here. All right. And then lastly, we're going to pull 2 cards here from the Sacred Creator Oracle. This is going to be the beak of the turkey, and this will be the final message for this reading for you today. All right, Creator, what's your final message for our Cancer signs that shows turkey number 1? Okay, there we go. So your first message is unstick the stuck. I love that. And that's number 46. And the other message is bliss is worth creating from. I love that. And there's a beautiful heart on there. That's card number 26. So we're going to start with the unstick the stuck to see what message comes with that. It says it's time to bust through the confines of the current pattern that you've got going on. This may be an overall sticky pattern that you are experiencing, or it may be showing up in one small area of your life. Either way, it's time to dust away stagnant energy and give things a fresh glow. No more stalling. If a situation, a relationship, an expectation, or unwanted responsibility weighs heavily on your heart, or if the dense energy of habit is making you feel like you have limited control over your circumstances, it's time to look at the relationship you have with your rut. Is it so familiar that it feels like it's part of you? Or could it be serving you in some sneaky way? Sometimes our ego accepts the rut because it keeps challenges, fears, and possible failures at bay. Remember that you always have a choice to find the tools, the help, and the energy that you need. Unstick the stuck to welcome your momentum and the willpower to achieve. Commit to one idea and action and usher in a dynamic trajectory for your future. And I love that with these, both the king and the page having this ace of swords cutting away. It's like unsticking. You have the power to stick the sword to slice away those things that are keeping you back, that are keeping you stuck, right? There's also some questions that come with that card, and that they are: your body is not trapping you. Your family is not trapping you. This queen is not trapping you. Your luck is not trapping you. Your life circumstances are not trapping you. What excuses are you holding on to? What is it that's got you stuck? Modern life can be so over the top that it can cause a traffic jam of epic proportions. Could you be missing cues that you're tired, exhausted, or needing rest? Winter, right? Spend some time away reflecting. And then you've got number 26 here, which is that bliss is worth creating for. So it's opposite in the book here than it is on the card, which is pretty funny, because it all is about going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Bliss attracts bliss. When you decide to live with bliss in your heart, you call more of the good stuff into your life. This is Manifestation 101, which the magician is all about manifestation. And rather conveniently, bliss is the end game and the vehicle to take you there. So tap into it, and it can power your dreams. Find it daily, and you've got a badass success strategy. Think about it. Wouldn't bliss help you build things a lot quicker? Wouldn't your dream feel a whole lot closer and way more possible if you remembered that you had bliss on tap whenever you needed it? Do you desire a higher tolerance for risk? Increased productivity? To rid your system of toxins and stress? You can rewire your brain to pump out the happy hormones that make it all possible. So find more joy in your life and give yourself an edge when facing challenges. If you've been working on it already, keep going. If you've been neglecting some aspect of your self-care, this card is a loving wake-up call that your creativity may be suffering because of your current mindset, your mental health, your physical vitality, or waning commitment to a daily practice. It's time to do the work, sweet soul, because wiring your life for joyful bliss is your best success strategy. Love it. And the questions for that card is there something, a person, a belief, a feeling, or a worry that's getting in the way of your bliss? How can you let it go? What one small action can you take today that will nourish your spirit? What have you been neglecting? And how can you open up your schedule for some ongoing soul time? Meditation? Nutrition? Exercise? What's your soul medicine? Love it. Yeah, this definitely also talks about the winter is the time to rest, relax, rejuvenate, take time for your soul connection, right? So beautiful. I love this. So, through your gratitude of your experiences that you've gone through, it allows you to see things more clearly and see those things within you as you take this alone time and cut away those things that are no longer serving you about your worth. It gives you the magic to manifest and move toward the dreams that you're wanting. So, you've got that queen and that king within you. Do you want to have a kingdom of fear and sadness and all those lovely, delicious feelings of fear, or do you want a kingdom of bliss? Because it's right within your reach, and I love that for you. All right, we're going to leave it at that. Just know that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of things every second of every day. And I want to let you know, too, in addition to these types of readings, I also do like monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly readings by each of the elements of the zodiac, new moon, full moon readings, all different kinds of readings throughout the month. So if you want to be kept in the loop on those as they come out, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below. Click that little bell that appears here and just click on that and you'll be notified when they come out. So as you go throughout this little journey through this gratitude month, just know that I love you too, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. You take care. All right, my Cancer signs, if you chose tricky number 2, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from this wild unknown archetype. And this is going to tell us what the Creator wants you to know about what you can be grateful for. Where can gratitude exist in your life? And then we'll take a look into see where your life grows or what grows in your life because of that. So Creator, for the Cancer signs that chose reading number 2, the turkey number 2, what can they be grateful for? What gratitude or gratefulness do you want them to be aware of? Okay, there we go. So this is for you guys, and you've got the prayer. Beautiful card there. And we'll put that there, and we'll see what energy comes with this for you. What can you be grateful for? So the prayer, of course, this is the worship, the reverence, the homage. Now, what is prayer? When are we in a state of prayer, and when are we not? To whom or what do we pray? Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Some say we are in a state of prayer any time we're not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it's time. Nothing else will do. And it says every song, kiss, breath, word can become a prayer. It's a feeling, not an action. Consider the ancient mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, and I probably murdered that. I apologize if I did. And that means I bow to the creative consciousness within. I bow to the teacher within. And it also says experiment with the act of bowing down. Nearly all spiritual traditions make a practice of prostration. So physically, I mean, if you're able to, bowing down, getting on, even on your knees and bowing down or laying face down on the ground with your arms, spread out in front of you. It's a feeling of surrender. It's a feeling of telling your ego and your body who's boss, because it does not want to bow down. It wants to be in control because it wants to feel safe. So that's a very vulnerable state that we can do. And it can be, you can even do it in bed if you are not physically able, to do that. Because I know as I get older, it's difficult to get up off the floor like before when I was younger. So I understand. Now, when you're in the light of this energy, then you're offering to be of service. You're asking for guidance. When you're on the darker side of this energy, you're expecting results, and it's about self. It says aggrandizement. So it's it's all about me. I'm praying for me, and I want this, and I want this. Where the other is like, thy will be done, not mine, and how can I serve the world? That type of feeling. And to go deeper into this energy of the prayer, it says ask to be of service. So I really feel with this reading, since this is all about how, what you can be grateful for and how you can grow from it, what I am feeling from the Creator in spirit, they're saying that what you can be grateful for is that you can talk to your whole posse of beings of unconditional love and light on the other side. Prayer is communication. Prayer is a conversation. It's speaking and reaching out, and also shutting up and listening. And I know that. They tell me that all the time. I'm like, what about this? What about that? What about that? And they're like, you don't have to worry. Whenever, before when I used to do, and I do personal readings, and I'd get nervous before personal reading. I'm like, what if the answers don't come? And like, there's no problem if you just shut up and get out of the way. We'll be speaking, so you're fine, And that's kind of like, this is like, you can reach out with your heart and with your mind and with your will out to the Creator, out to Spirit, out to the Mother and Father of all things. There's a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light on the other side too. You've got your guardian angels and your spirit guides. You've got your loved ones who walked on this earth who's already gone back to the other side. You can talk to them and hear from them. Your ancestors, unicorns, fairies, whatever your beliefs are in those beings of unconditional love and light. You have this ability to connect with them. You have this ability to be in conversation, in constant prayer if you want. I know life distracts us and pulls us away from that, but this is like the gratitude that you have that ability and not taking it for granted. This will grow something definitely in your life. I mean, by no doubt whatsoever. We are going to create a turkey out of cards here. It's not going to be a perfect turkey, and it may not be the most beautiful turkey, but it's going to be a turkey nonetheless. This is going to be the body of the turkey. This next card is going to be the head of the turkey. And just imagine the body's further away, and the head's closer. That's why they're almost the same size. So it's all about perspective, right? So we're going to pull a card here next from these Crystal Medicine Oracle and just see what medicine the Creator wants you to be aware of regarding, this gratitude for prayer and communication, this open line of communication you have with the Creator of all things and all those invisible support team on the other side, and what will help you grow and what will grow because of that. Okay, Creator, so for our Cancer signs that chose turkey number 2, what medicine do you want them to be aware of? Okay. He said not these, but this one here, so we will obey. Yeah. So healer, and you've got the shamanka, and the crystal is numite, maybe? And the card is number 14, if you are interested in that as well. So yeah, definitely this makes total sense on what can grow in your life. Not only your inner healing, but your ability to help others heal that disconnect within them, this feeling of loneliness. One of the big things that I'm feeling with this healing here before I read, when we feel like we've been dumped off here, like the mothership came and dropped us off and took off and left us here abandoned, alone, and on our own without any direction, without any kind of guidance. Yeah, I mean, that feels like chaotic, right? But when you realize, like, oh, wait a minute, they're still around me. They're just, I can't see them. They're invisible. They're on a different dimension than me. But they're right next to me, and I've never been left alone. They've always been with me. They've been guiding me, and they have, you have a communicator that you can talk to them, and it's your heart, and you can quiet everything else in your life. Get away from all that noise of fear of the outside world and raise your vibration. You just have to be on the same frequency to hear them, because they're speaking to you at a frequency of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, that energy up here. And if you're in the lower vibration noise of fear, yeah, it's like being in a loud rock bar with the volume at, the highest volume where you can see people's lips moving, but you're not hearing anything. You're not going to be able to hear that. But when you step outside and get into a quiet place away from all the noise, then you can hear a whisper of love, right? So for this card, it says you've called this card into your awareness today as confirmation that you are your greatest healer and that healing is at hand. You've been a healer in many lifetimes, and currently you're being invited to awaken to this powerful healing gift within you. Can you feel this truth, energy, and knowing deep within you? Do people naturally come to you for advice and feel comfort in your presence? Have you been going through your own healing journey? And have you been asking the universe for confirmation of your life path? Do you have a natural way with animals and a connection to the earth? And have you been wanting to venture into the healing arts? All of these are signs that you are the healer you've been searching for, and it's time to connect deeply and awaken this important aspect of your soul. This is a natural part of your progression, and everything you have already been through in your life has made you ready to dive into your healing gifts. You're encouraged to find a modality that inspires you, whether it's energy healing, natural medicine, social work, or some sort of body movement. It's time to awaken your healing gifts and share them with the world. Beautiful. And the medicine of the shaman and shamanka. A shamanka is the feminine form of a shaman, just so you know. And a shaman or shamanka is someone who works in the spirit worlds and connects deeply with the medicine of the earth. They are the medicine men and they're the medicine and medicine women of the world. And they were the ones in the tribe who had a natural gift to heal, or the wisdom to teach each generation under strict ceremony and guidelines and ritual. And ancient healers would guide people who required healing into deep trance-like states and travel into the three worlds of shamanism, where you would receive different forms of energy medicine. Right? So definitely this connecting to the upper world is where you're connecting to this amazing, beautiful healing energy, right? And the wisdom. They would act as a conduit to channel the medicine back to the physical plane and offer this energy to the sick person. There is a powerful awareness awakening now from deep within some people on this planet, and awareness that they have been healers before, and this gift is coming forth to be utilized at this important time of healing. The veils of the worlds are at their thinnest, and people are able to access their past life healing gifts like never before. And then the crystal of Numite. I probably murdered that name too. I apologize. That crystal awakens your natural healing abilities. It connects you to Earth's medicine, and it also connects you to the deeper, more deeply to the shamanic wisdom. So definitely, when you're grateful for your connection, and you focus on improving and opening, raising your vibration and listening and connecting to, it expands all these beautiful energies within you, these abilities within you. You recognize how you want to help heal the world in your own special, unique way. I'm loving it. Next, we're going to pull some cards here from the Everyday Tarot. And these are going to be the feathers on the body of the turkey. It's also going to tell you what more clarification, what more validation, information, or new information the Creator wants you to know about this gratitude and connection and this growth for you. So, Creator, for our Cancer signs that chose tricky number 2, what else do you want them to know? Got those two, and I do want that one as well. Yes. Okay. That one and that one. All right. So you have the Queen of Wands, and this is beautiful. Wands are your spark. It's like your divine spark. your ambition, your drive, your aha inspiration, and your spiritual energy, being the divine spark. I love the Queen of Wands because she brings this energy where you can pinpoint focus your drive and ambition and make things happen. You can, this energy we're talking about here too, that you're able to guide it and direct it and send it to people. Even if it's laying on of hands or distance healing, you can send that energy and that love to people to make a difference in people's lives. It makes it easier for them to make choices to be healed, makes it easier for them to choose to be happy and to have joy and bliss in their life. It can help in so many ways, so you can direct that energy to them. Most of them, the royal, like the page, the knight, and the king, have a salamander, like a lizard on their card, which helps protect them. They're like divine counterparts, where they help protect them from the fire of risk and doing things. The Queen of Wands doesn't need that, though. She has the divine energy, and the black cat here represents your connection to your your intuition, your empath, to the other side. So the Queen is able to connect to the emotional side of this spiritual energy, and so that's more, it's kind of like the high priestess energy can come through with this as well. And so she's confident, she's able to know and connect and get information, so she doesn't feel she's at risk because she's got the eye in the sky, outside of space and time. She's connecting to all her beautiful support team up above, and they're guiding her on what to take steps, where the page and the knight and the king are more action oriented and not as connected as deeply as the feminine side. And that doesn't have to do with male or female. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine inside us. So whether you're male or female, or how you identify, this means that you have that ability to connect to the other side and have that direction and guide that energy. It's like this is your magic wand, and you're able to send out that beautiful energy out there. Yeah. And so you've got the Seven of Swords here. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And I love the Seven of Swords. Sometimes they call it the thief card or the deceiver. And I love how this is coming up, because this is this awareness coming to you saying that there's beliefs and thoughts that don't serve you any longer and that block you from this connection, right? And that can be spiritual beliefs as well. And so there's these thoughts and beliefs that you can leave behind that you don't need, that no longer serve you anymore. And those can be, religious beliefs, and even, metaphysical, spiritual beliefs. There's a lot of what we do as humans, our ego side tries to control things to feel safe. And with the expansion of our spiritual abilities and our, the abilities of spirit and the creator and everything else, if we're like, well, no, this is what has to happen and this is how it needs to be, we kind of box in our life and we blind ourselves. We put these blinders on either side of our head like a horse, where we can't see all these other possibilities and these other things. And so this is a message saying, look at what you feel is blocking you, what you feel when let's talk about what's been holding you back. Look at it and see and know that there is just this beautiful communication that you can have, and this channel that you can have, where you get messages, where you get healing energies, where you get all these other wisdom and guidance and all this stuff from the upper world that they are so wanting to share with us, but we're the ones that go, oh, nope. You can't bring it any other way besides this, right? So definitely a message about looking at your thoughts, your beliefs that are blocking you, right? Because this is about not other people deceiving us, but how am I deceiving myself through my beliefs. Yeah, and here you go, the moon. The moon is all about connecting to the deep unconscious, subconscious, the moon energy. It's how the high priestess connects to the other world, the upper world. So this is definitely right in place with, this little kitty here, and about you connecting to your intuition, to your higher spirituality, everything we've been talking about. Yeah. And here you got the world. Beautiful, beautiful. This is like ending of major cycles, which brings a major beginning of a new cycle. So this isn't small stuff. This is like a big transformation, big change in your world. Because you've reached the end of the major arcana. It's the last card, and you're ready to move on to the next level, the next step. You've reached a whole stairway on one floor, and you're going up into another floor, a whole new level of your life. And so I definitely love that. Double wands in her hands, of course. And then King of Wands. So you have the Queen of Wands, and you have the King of Wands. And for the King of Wands, for me, this is also a card that represents your soul and your highest self. Because if the Wands represents your spiritual energy, the highest form of your spiritual energy that you experience as this human is your higher self, right? So this is definitely connecting up above. There's just so much confirmation with the moon, the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Definitely is about connecting higher, connecting to that beautiful spiritual energy that you have within, because that's what this is all about for your healer. All right. And then lastly, we're going to pull two cards here for the beak of the turkey. And this is going to be from the Sacred Creator's Oracle. So we'll see what additional messages, the final messages for this reading. For turkey number 2, anyway. If you chose another turkey as well, then continue listening on, watching on. All right, Creator, so what for Cancer signs that chose tricky number 2, what's your final message? Okay, there's the 2. Boom, boom. You've got prosperity's sister, our happiness and joy. So, definitely talking about raising your vibration to happiness and joy. And feed your artist. Yep, definitely your self-expression. I love that, and that creativity, which definitely, that's what also the Wands brings, is this creative energy, right? So we'll read the first one first. That's Prosperity Sisters, Our Happiness and Joy. And it says, sisters, brothers, siblinghood. Are you tapping into it? Have you found your place in a supportive community of like-minded explorers? Are you having face-to-face interaction with souls that make you a better person, and with people who help you share your gifts? Find a community of cheerleaders. Through, up above, you have this huge community of cheerleaders. But find a community of cheerleaders who will help lift you up and launch you out. Right now, doubling up your exposure to other people's positivity online and in person will quintuple your results. You may be underestimating the power of connection on the journey. Do it for friendship. Do it for experimentation. Take logic out of the equation. Gasp. And do it for the sheer joy of just being with high vibration peeps. Go deeper with others. Risk cracking wide open and allowing some of your hidden brilliance to escape into the room. I love that, because we talked about, usually in other decks, there's a salamander on the King of Wands, which is about protection from risk, right? And we talked about the Queen of Wands not feeling she's at risk because she sees and has this connection, right? True prosperity comes with happiness, joy, health, wealth, and blank. Go ahead, add your own non-negotiables. It's time to stay rooted in communal happiness and joy while you're taking steps to build your dream. So I really feel, physical people, especially around healing and stuff, you might find a community of healers that are so behind helping you express your your energies. I know I attended a Reiki group for a while, and it was beautiful because everyone was able to take a turn on the table, everyone giving energy. And so it's this wonderful place, way where you learn. It's like a safe zone to express and to put forward your energy. So that is important and helpful in life. But the biggest thing for right now, I just feel is this huge connecting to the support group in this community you have up above in the spiritual realm. There's some questions that come with this card too that can help. It says, are you running after an abundance of wealth and financial success without paying as much attention to the other sisters? How can you let go of any success shame you're feeling? How can you remember that it's totally okay to be exactly where you are right now financially? Happiness and joy are the keys to bringing your dream to life. Where can you add more of them into your day? And how can you move your focus from what you don't have in order to focus on what you do have? And that is something with all this wand energy being shown to you too, is wherever your focus is what grows. You have this amazing energy that does grow whatever you're focusing on. And I kind of picture it as like wearing this hat with this fire hose attached to it on top of our head, and it's on full blast, and wherever we turn, that thing grows. So if I'm looking at like what's not in my life, I'm like, why is this lack and this hole growing in my life? It's like, well, because that's where you're looking. Look over here at gratitude and thankfulness and abundance, and seeing what you are having in your life, then that is what grows. So wherever you're looking, whatever you're focusing on is what grows in that moment. So if you spend 1 minute a day focusing on gratitude and thankfulness, and 99% of the day focusing on what's not in your life and lacking, what do you think is going to grow the most? That is the message that comes with that. You have that power. You are definitely with this King and Queen of Wands. It's all about the focus of your energy. And of course, you being a water sign, you are so used to feeling these floods of emotions, but you can guide it instead of allowing the outside feelings that you're feeling influence you. You're able to push out unconditional love and focus on that, and that energy changes the room. Instead of you being changed by the room, you change the room, if that makes sense. And then it says, feed your artist. So there's a money myth. You have a lot of money thing in here. So this is about maybe you're defining yourself by financial success. And maybe that's something that you're, again, if you're focusing on, my worth is on money, my worth is about money, instead of focusing on what you're grateful for, that also could transform things in a kind of a unique little sticky way. But it says there is a money myth out there that healers are broke-ass hippies and that creatives are starving artists, and it doesn't have to be this way. Thankfully, it actually isn't this way at all. There are healers, creatives, and artists everywhere who are building abundant, prosperous lives with their craft. You too can use your passion and your creativity to fill your world with joy and abundance. Allow them to support and guide you on your journey, and diligently feed your inner artist, trusting that it is a productive pursuit. Your art may be a shot of daily yoga with a side of delightful conversation, or maybe it's expressive dance that clears your stress. Whatever it is, allow playful art to seep into your life. The real, unpolished, uncontrived play that floats your soul. Do more of that. Indulge your inner creator by diving into something you've been inspired to try, with no judgment and with no expectation, except the expectation to experiment. Your self-expression will nourish the miraculous light you've got inside, and incredibly serendipitous opportunities will surface when you're out in the world enjoying your life as art. I love it. And the questions for this card is, how often do you schedule in time for creative play? And how spontaneous are you about diving into something that looks like it'll be fun? Are you leaving time for experimentation? And how harshly do you judge your initial attempts? What type of artist are you? What is your life as art? Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, especially all this talk about healers. And so, some of these thoughts to leave behind is, like it mentioned, that, healers are like artists. They can't make a living from it. And why even go that way? Because I need money to live. I understand that. I mean, there is that fear out there. One of the things that has helped me is understanding that my abundance doesn't come from people. It comes from the Creator. Creator is endless abundance, endless resources. I will always have everything I need. People are the middlemen that deliver it to me. Right? And so you have that. When you are doing what you love, then you're living. If you're not doing what you love, you're existing. And so, definitely, I love this message for you, connecting to your higher cheerleading support team that are cheering you on and loving everything about you, wanting to see you express the true you with the world. And I love this healing, this shamanic feeling about this, because that's all about connecting to the upper worlds, becoming this channel of unconditional love energy, whether it's doing readings or acupuncture, Reiki, any other type of energy healing, or nutritionist, or however you want to help heal the world, psychologist, counselor, just prayer warrior. There's so many different ways you can express that to the world. And you'll know, because you know what brings you joy to your heart. You know what makes your soul sing. So love this for you. Just know, as you go throughout each and every moment of every day, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. Also want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I do also do like monthly zodiac readings, and I do weekly element zodiac readings, and new moon, full moon readings, just a variety of them throughout the month. So if you want to be kept in the loop when those come out, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below, and then that's going to make this little notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then you'll be notified when new videos come out. So there you have it. Just know that I love you very much, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. Until then, you take care. All right, all my Cancer signs, if you chose turkey number 3, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from this wild unknown archetype. And these are just going to be what the Creator wants you to know about gratitude. What can we be grateful for? And then we'll look into what that gratitude grows. All right, Creator. So for our Cancer signs that chose turkey number 3, what do you want them to know about gratitude? Okay. Do you have the Self? Beautiful. And I love this, and we'll read from the book here too, but definitely this is about being grateful that there's more to this life than just your human side of yourself, more than you just being this little tiny character in this avatar that you're playing in this game, that you are so much more, the capital S self. This is the character on the stage, and you are really this actor who's a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. You're so much more. You're unlimited. You're not limited like the little self is pretending to be down here. You're limitless. You're unconditional. You're made of unconditional love. You're not this conditionally loved being on this planet. You're so much more. And so I love that. That's definitely something to be grateful for. I mean, look at all that energy, that rainbow, Shazam, all that shooting from your heart, that soul that's within you. I love it. Oh yeah. So the soul, the witness, the watcher. So the self is the prism that allows the spectrum of our personalities to radiate. It does not judge, prohibit, suppress, or oppress any of its parts, as it lovingly knows that all aspects have a time and a place, and leads us to experience the full breadth of life's offerings. The self is the central abiding container, the awareness of the infinite universe of possibilities. When this card appears, it's a call to step back in to witness consciousness, to observe yourself navigating the world. Ask yourself, am I the stew or am I the chef? I love that. In most situations, our ego draws us into the cauldron where we swirl and spin and smolder in chaos. Yet the self is a graceful, culinary dancer, watching, waiting, observing as the spectrum of ingredients become the flavor of our life. Look in the mirror for 30 seconds or more and attempt to see the you behind the you. Love it. It says if this card is perplexing for you, you're on the right track. It challenges us to expand our sense of identity beyond the little self. And the ego resists such moments because the ego wants to be the center of attention. It doesn't want to go, no, don't realize that I'm small and the small piece that's here and you're so much more. No, you need to focus on me. And it's no surprise that the two central mantras in the yoga tradition concern themselves with the self. So it says experiment with Soham, S-O-H-A-M, which means I am that, and Satnam, which is S-A-T-N-A-M, which means true identity. So I love those practices. If those resonate with you, then check them out. When you're in the light side of this energy of the self, then you're witnessing, you're accepting new aspects of yourself. When you're in the shadow side of this energy, then you feel disjointed and fatigued, diffused of energy and purpose. They also mentioned to go deeper into this energies, to watch Robert Bly, it's B-L-Y, read Kabir's poem, which is K-A-B-I-R, their poem, This Clay Jug. So if any of that resonates with you, then you can do that homework and check into that. But I love the message for this is all about being grateful that you are more than this little self, but also there's another beautiful message with that also be grateful for your shadow, for your little self. Because your little self is the piece of us that was willing to disconnect from this beautiful, powerful creature we are, this expansive being of unconditional love. It volunteered to be the piece of us that separates, to feel small, to feel powerless, to feel limited, to feel stressed and suppressed and oppressed, all those feelings of fear. And opposite of who we really are. It came down to experience the opposites so that in experiencing what we're not, we can more fully understand who we really are. It's like being around air all the time. You don't know there's air until there's no air. And when you're underwater, 6 feet underwater, looking up at the surface going, oh, that's air up there. I'm experiencing non-air, so I more fully understand what air is. And now I'm so much more appreciative of that air and understanding of it, and I want more of it. I want to go back where there's air. And so we get drawn back, to connecting to that unconditional love. So come from a place of unconditional love. We experience conditional love, the fear of losing love down here. And in doing that, we understand unconditional love, and we then want to move back toward it, right? So that's the message that I really am feeling for this, on the gratitude for what is. every piece of yourself. And we're going to build a beautiful turkey. Well, it may not be beautiful to everyone, and it may not even look like a turkey to you, but it's going to be a turkey in my mind. We're going to have the body of the turkey here, and then this is going to be the head of the turkey. And I know it's almost the same size as the body, but just pretend the turkey is looking toward us, so the head is closer because it's closer to us, and so it seems bigger. It's all about perspective. And these are the Crystal Medicine Oracle. They're shamanism cards, and we're going to see what medicine the Creator wants you to know about that can help with growth, or what will grow because of this gratitude for your shadow self, gratitude for every part of yourself. Because your small little self is a part of yourself. All right. Creator, for our beautiful Cancer signs that chose turkey number 3, what medicine do you want them to be aware of? Okay, there we go. You got rejuvenation, and the medicine is plant. And the crystal is green tourmaline, and it's card number 23. Beautiful card there. And we will take a look here. See what message comes with this card. What medicine? So this card has made its way across your path as it's a perfect time for you to stop, rejuvenate, and give back to yourself. We live in a crazy, fast-paced world, and it's very easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. To achieve balance and well-being, it's important to slow down and create more experiences that nourish your mind, your body, and your soul. Have you been feeling flat or burnt out and lacking in energy? Are you confused and have no direction? Is depression and anxiety overcoming you? Do you feel like the world is getting you down? Well, it's time to rejuvenate and set yourself free from your current burdens to create some time and space for yourself. Take this card as a sign to do the things that make you feel renewed, such as going on that holiday you've been thinking about, or even just having a weekend away in nature. Perhaps you could gift yourself a relaxing bath and massage to clear your energy and bring balance and rejuvenation. Whatever it is that creates this space, make sure you give it to yourself, or you will burn out and be no good to anyone, especially yourself. It's a time for you to renew your energy so you can live a life of well-being and balance. Enjoy this sacred time for you. Yep, definitely. This talks of, our experience as the little self without connection to our higher self. We feel lost, we feel abandoned, we feel like we're out in that storm, that chaotic storm, doing backflips and flips and all sorts of stuff in that wind of the hurricane. But there is this place, this eye of the storm that you can come to. And that is a place of peace and bliss where you do have this amazing, quietness. Even if you see hurricanes, when they show them from space, the circle is clear. The eye is clear, and sun can even shine down, in that. So this is definitely about the gratitude for self, and the understanding of your shadow side allows you to understand that there is no eye of the storm without the storm. And so you get to experience going into the eye of the storm to be able to look out and see the storm from a place of peace and a place of health, a place of joy, a place of unconditional love. The plant medicine here says, known for their healing powers and medicine from the beginning of time, plants offer a range of properties that will rejuvenate, renew, and heal the mind, body, and spirit. The healers or shamans of a tribe would create rituals and ceremonies and take journeys into the spirit world to communicate with the spirits of the plants. In this trance-like state, the plant spirits would teach the healers all about the plant's benefits and how to utilize them. I love that. Plant medicine has been the foundation of natural medicine for thousands of years. The earliest record being found on clay tablets from the Sumerian civilization. Today, the Chinese are well known for their understanding and use of herbal medicine in many applications. And it's now time to welcome in the medicine of the plants to assist you in creating a healthier mind, body, and spirit. And the green tourmaline, that connects deeply with the medicine of plants. It also balances and heals the heart chakra. It assists in creating a deeper understanding as well. But I love, green connecting to your heart chakra, connecting to the love. And the heart chakra is in the middle of all 7 chakras. So it's like coming to the center, getting to your heart here as well. Yeah, actually, gratitude and thankfulness for both sides allows you to experience the unconditional love that you are. So I love that. Okay. We're also going to pull some cards here from these everyday tarot, and these are going to be the feathers on the body of the turkey. We'll see what else the Creator wants you to know about this gratitude and growth. So, Creator, for our Cancer signs that chose turkey number 3. Okay, it's those 2. What else? Okay, got those 2. And what else? Okay, that one there. All right, so you've got the King of Cups. Cups are our emotions. This is your element. Being Cancer signs, your water signs, you're used to dealing with emotions, deep diving, feeling everyone else's emotions, as well as just being a sea of emotion yourself, which is beautiful. That's brings so much wonderful abilities to you. Not only it's like a two-edged sword. I know I have a lot of water in my chart, so I've felt people's emotions a lot of my life, which in the beginning was almost unbearable, right? But you eventually realize that you get to feel other people's emotions, but your gift and your power is your ability to push out that unconditional love energy of what you are and also influence other people's emotions. The King of Cups I kind of look at as, it's like Christ love, which is this unconditional love of the Creator of all things. And so this is this gushiness of this unconditional love that you send out there, because not only this is the Holy Grail, the chalice, that's what is filled with the unconditional love of the Creator. You also are offering it out to others. And the King of Cups, because he's at the end of the suit, he also understands that if you make decisions and make choices in life strictly from the emotions that we're feeling, it doesn't always align with the highest self that we are, right? And that's because we also feel the emotions of our chaotic lower self, right? So there's this higher emotion that we connect to, the higher emotion of the self that balances it out. And it comes in with this awareness that we balance both of our higher mind and our emotions to come to this more balanced place in our life where the decisions and the things that we do in life are more in alignment with our higher self when we're not reacting out of all those chaotic feelings, right? You're in the choppy waters of the self when it's, otherwise it's like the story of the Bible when they were out on a boat and it was rocking. Well, that's because they were in fear. That's because they weren't connected, to their higher selves. They were experiencing this wave and all that. Then, here comes the King of Cups walking upon the water, and gets in the boat, and they're like, "Oh my God, we're all gonna die!" Blah blah blah. And he just speaks to the storm and says, "Peace, be still." And because he's giving unconditional love to the situation, he's sending out peace. And so the choppy waters change. And there's this awareness of that comes with that too. You might walk into a room and there might be choppy emotions going on. And you can take on all those emotions yourself and join the ship and get seasick and throw up overboard. Or you can send out peace and you can change the storm in the room and bring that emotional energy to a new place. So I love that for you. Yeah, and here you go. You've got the Hanged Man. This is all about seeing from a different point of view. He has hung himself from the tree so that he could see and connect to the higher wisdom. You see the little glow around his head. That means he's connected to his higher self, his higher wisdom. And so he does see things from a whole different perspective. So this is definitely confirmation about connecting to your higher self. This is about connecting to the higher love, the higher wisdom, this balance of the higher mind and the higher emotions. There's this great book. I have to memorize her last name. I call her Dr. Jill, and that's how she feels to me. She's such an amazing, joy-filled being, and I love it. She wrote a book called Whole Brain Living, and she does talk about the two sides of our brain and the four characters that are there. You've got your human feeling side and your human thinking side. You got your kind of your spiritual feeling side and your spiritual thinking side. So you've got like these two feelers and these two thinkers within you. And this is totally about connecting to your higher self, which is your other two, your right side of your brain, which is your higher loving feeling piece and your higher thinking mind piece. And so becoming aware of that. And if that resonates with you, I definitely say check out our book. It's called Whole Brain Living, and it just shows you how much control you can have over your feelings and your emotions and your life. And I love it because she doesn't judge the other two sides of you, your shadow self. It doesn't judge that. It says that's a part of you. There's things that they do. There's definitely, like our child side, the feeling side is the fight or flight. It's like it wants to keep us safe. And there are times where we need to be kept safe, in our physical world, and they're the ones to do it. They will fight or flight us out of a situation where when we're truly in danger. Also, the brain part of us is the organizer and all that. And there are times when we need that, to get stuff done. They're the tasker. They get things done. Otherwise, we'd, not accomplish anything over here. So there is definitely things that it brings in for that. So check out that book if you feel so inclined. And then you have the King of Pentacles. And this is beautiful because Pentacles are the outside world. And the King, of course, he understands the gratitude, the power of gratitude, and where your worth really lies in. He's accomplished. Again, he's been through all the Pentacles suit. He's at the very end. So he's the master of the outside world. He understands what it takes to have true abundance. And that is definitely connecting to the higher self. Because the thing that the King realizes, because he's the master of the outside world, is that if you define yourself by the outside world, you're going to be sorely disappointed. But to feel abundant and feel whole and have the abundance that comes in, it is definitely about balancing and understanding there's more to you than just the human side. And so you do have this abundance. This, of course, can also mean definitely that you have abundance coming from the outside in some way. But I really feel with this awareness that you're going through in this rejuvenation, that it is about understanding what it is truly out of life and what you truly would define being successful as. Yeah, because here you have Ace of Pentacles. Yep, so definitely what I was saying. Ace of Pentacles is this gift from the outside world, new possibilities, new abundance coming your way, new ways of thinking about abundance coming your way, is what I really feel. In fact, I'm going to put it right here next to that King of Pentacles, because that's what it's about. New ways of thinking about abundance. What does abundance really mean? What is it that you truly think you need and what you truly want? When you connect to your higher self, you realize I have everything I need right inside of me right now. The outside world doesn't define who I am. When you see yourself as this huge divine creation, all this little stuff on the earth seems very, very small. And we learn not to sweat the small stuff. Yeah. Because here you are, the star. This is definitely a card of hope. It shows us who we really are, connects us to our higher self. So this is all about understanding we are so, so much more. What this kind of represents the Aquarian, the water bearer. They're bringing these, the King of Cups. Here, that little Holy Grail. They're bringing two of them. They usually have one. They're bringing you this living waters, the waters that make us feel whole and complete, and it pours out into the land, which is our mind and the outside world, and it pours into the waters, which are our emotions and our spiritual side and our spiritual energy, and it lets it flood and fill our lives. And the gift that the Aquarian energy brings, being this water bearer, and it brings us this beautiful liquid that quenches our thirst, is that it also shows us what we're truly thirsting for. Because when we have just a drop of that unconditional love, we realize that all that conditional love we've been searching for is not what we want. We're wanting this, right? So it just takes a drop of it. So definitely, I love this, that it's all about connecting to your higher self and that love that you are. And then lastly, we're going to pull a couple cards here from the Sacred Creator's Oracle. This is going to be the beak for the turkey. It'll be the final message from the Creator for this reading for you today. So Creator, for our Cancer signs that chose turkey number 3, what's your final message for them? Okay, there's the 2. And your first message is nourish the sacred feminine. Beautiful. I love that. And gratitude again. So be grateful. Yeah, and I love this, the feminine side of us. We all have divine masculine and divine feminine inside us. The divine masculine really is about the power, and it's like the wand energy. It's making action, having things happen, and putting things forward, and growing things and manifesting things. The sacred feminine really is the waters, the emotion. It's how we attach to the other side. It's the comforter. It's the heart, right? It's the mother nature, mother nurture. So I love that it's talking about nourishing the sacred feminine within us. So whether you're male or female or however you identify, you have divine sacred feminine inside you. It says, now is a time for deep introspection as you wait for an idea to grow and develop. You've planted the seeds, and sometimes divine timing requires a period of rest as things culminate and ripen. The moon asks you to be open to receive, to reflect, to pause and collapse into waiting. She's the waning crescent that casts a moonlight glow over the landscape of your life. She has trickled light onto your path, but only very dimly, because she hopes that you will listen for the subtle signs and the wise whispers that are all around you. It's time to look deeply into the shadows at lingering wounds that may continue to affect your current understanding. Remember that in the dark, it's easy to blow fear and illusion out of proportion. Don't strain to see that which you cannot see right now. Instead, focus on your inner knowing, on what you can see. Allow your intuitive nudges and any persistent feelings to help you translate her gentle illuminations. You must trust yourself. What does sacred feminine mean to you? Do you have other ways of naming this energy? And how do you nourish this receptive, intuitive state? Do you tend to favor strategy or intuition? And how do you decide? I love that. Definitely talking about this moon energy, as how we connect to our higher self, seeing ourselves as we're this moon, but we're reflecting the sun, the sun that you really are, right? Beautiful. And then we've got gratitude again. I love it. So gratitude again. We live in a post The Secret world, which is The Secret was that movie or in the book. And during the last decade, we've learned a lot about gratitude, positive thinking, and what's possible with the right mindset. There are still many people who believe magical thinking is a load of poppycock, and even more who are fence sitters who dabble now and then, just in case it brings them $1 million check in the mail. So it's time to get real about gratitude. I love it. Again. Every time we repeat something, we get better at it, right? Did you tie your shoelaces the first time you tried to? Okay, maybe you did, but lots of us had to practice that shizzle. Gratitude is your secret mindset shifter, and engaging in a thankful perspective long term will shift how wonderfully rich your life is. Like sacred geometry spiraling from the center of a plant, gratitude grows in strength exponentially each and every time it spirals. Learn to live in a state of being grateful is part of your sacred story. Let go of any lackluster attempts you've experienced and call abundance into your life. This is a part of your medicine. I love it. Unrelated cards talking about plant and medicine. And the questions for this one are, how can you be more appreciative of the money you make and spend, the support that shows up in your life, and the love you already experience? When was the last time you kept a gratitude journal? How have you grown and learned since? And what new awakenings will change how you do gratitude the next time? Beautiful. I love it. And I speaking of gratitude journals, I did that once where I planned on doing it for 30 days, and I got a little spiral journal. I just started writing each day something I was thankful for, determined that I would not repeat anything, that I mentioned that day. And I was able to do that for 30 days easy because we have so much that we can be grateful for. And after 30 days, I loved the energy and the mindset change and the life changes that it brought, that I continued it for, I believe it was like up to 4, 5 or 6 months. And I didn't repeat anything that I'd been thankful for before. And that's how much you can start to identify, and it changes your attitude from focusing on what you don't have in your life and growing that, and focusing on what you do have on your life and growing that instead. So beautiful, beautiful reminder. And this was all about gratitude through growth. You got gratitude, 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 and you got growth, growth, growth with plants. Just beautiful. I love this. So definitely just know as you go through each and every moment of every day that you are definitely unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, our Creator. And I also want to let everyone know, in addition to these types of readings that I do offer, I put out, different types of readings throughout the month. I've got monthly by zodiac sign. I've got weekly by, zodiac element and new moon and full moon readings. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and you want to get notified when those come out, if you haven't done so already, you can click on the subscribe button down below, and then that's going to make this little notification bell pop up, and then just click on that, and then you'll get notified when those videos come out. So I really appreciate you spending time listening to this message from above. And just know that I also love you dearly, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. Until then, you take care.